my YouTube channel. I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be making bread and butter pudding. I got this inspiration from the Great British Bake Off again. This week they're all making bread, but I'm not that good at making bread, so I thought I'll just do bread and butter pudding instead, because I've got some bread here that needs using up, so why waste it? If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and click on the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload. And let's get started then. For this recipe, you're going to need either margarine or butter. It's up to you. I'm just going to use margarine because it's just easier. A bread of your choice, normally white bread, but I've only got 50-50 bread, so I'm going to use that. And what I'm going to do first, I've got this dish here where the pudding's going to go. So I'm just going to grease that first. Margarine works fine as well. I know people like to use proper butter, but this is absolutely fine as well. It will still be tasty. So just yeah, you're not counting any calories with this recipe, guys, okay? So grease that really well. Just going to put that to the side. And then just butter your slices of bread. I'm not really sure how many I'm going to need, because this is a small loaf of bread. So we'll just see how many I need to fill that tray there. So just be liberal with your butter or margarine, whatever it is you're using, and cut the crusts off. So are you guys also fans of the Bake Off? If you are, let me know what you thought of this week's episode in the comments below. I really do enjoy the Bake Off. If you've got any other type of bread, like brioche, that works really well. It'll make it even more tastier. But if you haven't got anything, just like me, this bread, any sliced bread will work fine as well. I'm not sure how many slices. I've used 2 slices. I'm probably going to use about 8 or 10 slices of bread. So all you've got to do is just put your butter on, cut off the crust, and then just layer it on your dish, like so. So I'm going to go ahead and do a few more, and I'll show you what we do next. So as you can see here, I've done 1 layer of bread with the butter on. What I like to do is to add a little bit of cinnamon powder, just a bit of flavour. I don't really measure it, just add however much or little you want. And what I'm going to do is do the same again. I'm going to do a 2nd layer of bread with butter on. So once you put some cinnamon on, just a few more slices of bread. I can't remember how many slices I've used, guys. You know, you just have to try to see how many slices you can use up, because I've forgotten. I've lost count of how many I've used. So I'm just going to do another layer, and then we'll come back to the next step. So I've just done a 2nd layer. So it doesn't really matter what shape you've got, as long as you've got 1 layer. I was attempting to do triangles, and as you can see, there's some odd shapes in there as well. So 2 layers is enough, but if you want to do extra layers, you can do. It's up to you. I ended up using nearly the whole of the bread. So this is a small loaf, the 400-gram one, not the big one. And I've only got the 2 end slices left and 1 slice left, so just 3 slices left. It was nearly the whole of the bread. What we're going to do next is we're going to do the custard bit. So what you're going to need is some milk. So you need about 300 ml of milk. And then you need some double cream. We use semi-skimmed milk, but if you've got full fat milk, then that'll be even nicer. Don't use skimmed milk because it's not going to be very nice. Some double cream here, I'm going to use about 100 mils of that. And what I'm going to do is going to put it on here in the pan, and I'm just going to let it gently cook. So don't boil it, so just want to warm it up a little bit. So if you're going to come over to the hob. So you're just going to keep it on a low heat, and don't let it come to boil, just warm it up slightly. I'll just grab a spoon. Just to stir that bit. Okay, so you just want to warm that through, do not want to boil it. I've got the milk here, so it's not boiling, you just want to warm this up. Just going to put this to the side, and what we're going to do next is I've got 2 medium eggs. You can use the same jug we used earlier. 2 eggs, and you need about 1 tablespoon of sugar. This is just normal regular granulated sugar, and we're just going to whisk that up with a fork. Whisk away, whisk, whisk, whisk. And then you're going to add the milk in here. So you want to make sure that your milk is not too hot, because if it's too hot then you're just going to cook the eggs, so end up with scrambled eggs. You don't want scrambled eggs in your bread and butter pudding. Okay, so that's done. And all you've got to do now, just going to grab a sieve, is pour the milk and cream mixture onto the bread. Just make sure it's all over. No, I'm making a mess. Do use a whisk because you want to try to avoid all those eggy bits. So got that. I'm just going to grab my spoon and just squeeze that. You just really want to make sure that all the bread is soaked, so you don't want to leave any dry bread. So if you're going to do more layers, then you're going to need more milk and cream. But for 2 slices, for 2 layers, that's plenty. That's soaking. I'm going to add extra cinnamon because we love cinnamon in this house. Cinnamon. And a bit of brown sugar. You can use regular, but I think brown sugar will give it a nice colour. So it's about a tablespoon of brown sugar. Okay, not a full tablespoon, a bit less than a tablespoon. That should be enough. And what you're going to do now is just going to leave this to rest for about half an hour, 45 minutes, and then we're going to cook it in the oven. Okay, so I'll show you afterwards how it looks once it's cooked. Oh, that looks absolutely delicious. So I've just cooked it in the oven for about 30 minutes. And once it's nice and golden, it's ready to eat. But this is really, really hot. I just cut a little bit just to show you what the inside looks like. This is really, really hot. That looks really nice actually. You can just add a drizzle of double cream and just enjoy. I hope you've enjoyed this video today, and I shall see you next time. Bye!